regardé une rencontre d'un designer industriel. Lui aussi, je fais ça, c'est probable. Parce que c'est lui, quelque chose. C'est quand même bon. Je sais comment ça marche. Comment parler des designs. C'est juste un deck qu'on va rencontrer. Lui, il va parler à un designer. allait un peu rouge quand je suis pas allée.
And hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Johnny Capote.
And I'm Single Malt Scott.
And I'm taken out of retirement here to talk on the stream for some reason.
I'm brought in from paternity leave to come in for this one.
And tonight we're coming live from Montreal. We're going to bring you the Montreal Sexpos versus the Philadelphia Independence Dolls. That's what's coming up right away. Quickly followed by...
It is a doubleheader. The Montreal Sexpos will then be taking on the Philadelphia in the Liberty Bells in a WFTDA sanctioned ranked match.
So wasting no time, right out of the gate, as we are quite some distance up here, we have...
Ohio's jamming for Montreal.
And I believe it's 23 PMS for Philly, if coming around. No, 327. She would be Savage Boofy? Is that what I'm reading? Please correct me online in the chat room. So lead jammer is the Independence Dolls.
Savage is out in front, and Ohio has also completed her initial pass.
Savage coming up on scoring now and calls it.
Picks up a couple points before calling off the jam.
So that gives Philly a 2-0 lead here with 29 minutes left. There will be no scoreboard overlay, ladies and gentlemen. And there's also a single camera operator by the name of Skinsy, who is celebrating a birthday. And no scoreboard. Nope. No scoreboard. We're back to action here.
Falcon Punch gets through very quickly. She is the lead jammer for Montreal. Sent to the box for Philadelphia, number 44. That is fully automatic. Number 1800 jamming for Philadelphia. That's Suicide Hotline.
Sexpos break out and stop the scoring and take the lead, 4-2, with 28 minutes left on the clock. And this is the first period. This is jam number 2 in the books. 3 timeouts for each team right now. We'll try to keep you updated as much as we can, as we do not have a scoreboard overlay. Technology just did not permit it this evening. We're going back to old school roller derby out of Montreal. Dr. Johnny announcing. It doesn't happen anymore.
Long John's on the line for Philadelphia, skating up against Miracle Whips for Montreal.
Miracle just got trapped there. Is she already going to the box without being told? Yep. Takes the low block and goes. Anya. Still no lead jammer yet. No, there is. It is a Philly lead jammer.
Wonderbrad up front, holding her back. Long John looking to find some room at the front of the pack.
Oh, nice.
Demanda lashing, falls right over Miracle Whips.
And Miracle Whips is sent off.
The Independence Dolls on a power jam right now. It was a low block for Miracle Whips.
Low block for Miracle Whips, so power jam for Philadelphia. Remind you the score is 4-2 for the Sexpos. 26 minutes left. And coming up on scoring.
Long John muscles her way past Demanda lashing. That's 5 in the sky for Philadelphia.
Philly takes the lead, 7-4. Anya is returning from the box. Another 5 points for Long John.
I believe that's Kick Ash sent to the box for Philadelphia. Looked like she broke the pack, so she got sent off.
12-4 and calls it off as Miracle Whips was standing in the penalty box. 26 minutes remaining in the first period here. 12-4 for Philadelphia Independence Dolls versus the Montreal Sexpos. Both beat teams from both fabulous leagues. I was consulting flat track stats beforehand, and they believe that for every 51 points that Montreal scored,
Philadelphia would score
50. But
really
maybe they were talking about the next game.
Philadelphia and Montreal have a pretty good rivalry. They've played each other regularly over the last couple of years.
That's Bush for Independence Doll, lead jammer.
Skating against Miracle Whips, who's now out of the penalty box for Montreal. Whips is about a quarter track behind, but 2 blockers in the penalty box for Philadelphia right now.
And Bush calls it off, grabs a couple of points. 2 for each, 2 for Bush and 3 for Montreal. Updated score, 14 for Philadelphia and 7 for the Montreal Sexpos. 24 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. This is jam number 4 in the books.
Demanda Lashing on the line for the Sexpos. She's going to be jamming against Dooms Dana for the Independence Dolls.
And a bit of jammer on jammer action right from the get-go.
Demanda Lashing takes a big hit in turn number 1, but doesn't phase her. She gets through and is the lead jammer.
Lead jammer, Demanda Lashing. Still being recycled is Dooms Dana. Finds an inside seam. 1 to beat. Ohio to beat. Out of play for Ohio. Ohio goes out.
Held on just a little too long, but might be long enough for Demanda Lashing to pick up some points here.
Yep.
That's 2 for the Sexpos before she calls it off.
So 14 for Philly, 9 for Montreal. Montreal Sexpos, that is 23 minutes, 32 on the clock. First period, jam number 5 is complete. A Sexpo race to the jam line. The jam line. What is going on? I almost forgot how they called it.
That is Falcon Punch jamming for Montreal against Suicide Hotline for Philadelphia. Both jammers looking for room. Falcon Punch moves to the outside of the second straightaway, and she is the lead jammer. Suicide Hotline, 1 to beat on the outside, and she's completed her initial pass.
About a half lap behind now.
Slavic Slayer back to the penalty box for a track cut.
And Miracle Whip, a little apex jump, sort of.
Yeah, it lifted up that inside foot to avoid the cut, and Punch picks up 4 before calling it off.
So 14-13, 22 minutes and 30 left here. Jam number 6 in the books. 3 timeouts for each team. We'd have to call this game like theater. Just like theater, as if they were listening to the radio.
Skaters are skating from left to right on your radio dial.
That's right. Montreal Sexpos are in blue, and Philadelphia in red.
That is Long John on the line, skating up against Miracle Whips.
Oh, Miracle Whips takes a nice shot from Bush.
Bush drops her again.
Bush is all over.
And Beth Rav knocks down Long John at the front of the pack, recycles her right to the back.
So both jammers having a bit of difficulty here. And looks like a seam is developing for Long John. 1 to beat. And Long John, lead jammer. 40 seconds to get that declared. Betrov to the box.
Sexpos have 2 skaters in the box right now.
And Miracle Whip has not completed her initial pass yet. And the cut track by Miracle Whips. Wasn't aware because she was fixing her equipment. So power jam for Philadelphia.
Church and DePoy sent to the box. Looks like she's picking up the penalty for breaking the pack.
Long John, not before Long John picks up another 5. She's at 19 currently. Trying to do the lovely bridge here. Bridge it as far as you can until no longer. You must now go serve some time, but that was a great effort. Another 5 points.
Ohio sent to the box for blocking out of play. That's out of play major.
That's Slavic Slayer working them over, but they do fall down. And another 5 points for Long John. 29-13, the current score. 20 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Miracle Whip's about to return, so and that was the end of that jam.
A full 2 minutes expired on that one. 20 minutes remaining in this first period. The score is Montreal 13, Philadelphia 29.
And that was jam number 7 completed. Miracle Whips will start, is standing in the penalty box.
Savage booty on the line for Philadelphia.
An early no pack declared there, but Philly comes out lead jammer, and Miracle Whips does return. Almost seems like Miracle Whips has spent the last 3-4 jams on the floor. And she's finally out, but Philly is on scoring.
Ghostface Killer with a big hit on Savage.
But she still picks up 4. And Miracle Whips is coming up on scoring. However, wisely Philly calls it off just in time. 33-13. That's a 20-point lead for Philadelphia Independence Dolls versus the Montreal Sexpos. I don't believe these two have faced off before, have they? If it would be in an away game because it definitely wasn't here.
No, I don't think the Independence Dolls have ever made it up to Montreal before.
Philly has last year in May, actually. The Liberty Bells giving it to the Skids 241 to, I believe, something like 93. May of last year.
That is Demanda Lashing jamming for Montreal. She is out in front and is the lead jammer. Doomsdana still caught in the pack. Magnum PEI sitting on her lap.
And she's finally gets out, Doomsday does. Demanda Lashing is on scoring. Trying to get every point she can and calls it. 3. 33-16 is the score. 17:53 left on the clock. And welcome everybody who is watching at home and chatting with the voice of Alex on the chat board.
Line up on the jam line for Philadelphia, number 289, Bouche. And for Montreal, number 9, That's What She Said.
And now, once again, some of the action starting at the closer to the jam line. Looks like both these clubs have made some necessary adjustments to tighten this up.
That's What She Said gets knocked out of bounds into turn number 4.
And
both jammers trying to complete their initial pass.
And That's What She Said runs into Long John. And everything needs to start again. Long John stepped out. And, he's calling That's What She Said on a cut track. But Long John did step out as well. So another power jam for Philadelphia. No, both are going.
Both are going 4 cuts.
Both a cut. Total cut. Holy crap! We had a jammer race to the penalty box. So you don't even have enough time to sit down and have any shame, and you're right back up.
That's What She Said's got to pay attention. Remember that the other jammer is going to be out right away.
So this is going to go for another 44 seconds. That's What She Said seemed to take a knock to the head.
Multiplayer block sends PMS to the box.
And Trash and Smash holding off.
Sneaky
Boosh.
Devil with a good block there. Ghostface Killer makes some room for That's What She Said.
So I believe that was both of their opening passes before they went to the box.
I thought That's What She Said was lead jammer already.
Unless they're going through and not scoring, because that's the first points we see.
It's a little strange.
2 for Philadelphia. 35-16 is the score. 15 minutes and 15 seconds. 10 jams complete here in period number 1 in Montreal. Games go by so much faster now.
It's true. Not a lot of timeouts, not a lot of delays. We're rocking and rolling here in Montreal.
Yeah, we don't even have time to try things.
At Suicide Hotline jamming for Philadelphia. Ohio jamming for Montreal. Suicide makes it through first. She is the lead jammer. Ohio with 1 to beat. She gets past Search and Deploy. Half track behind Suicide.
Suicide now coming up on scoring. Nails her own and calls it off before Ohio could get any type of scoring.
Took out her own teammate for that 4th point.
Yep. You're in the way. 4-0, 39-16, 14 minutes left here in period number 1. Jam 11 in the books. And a hot, beautiful day here in Montreal. I missed the last heat wave, but this, you could see the quality of the people coming out into the streets with less and less clothing. That is Montreal.
Falcon Punch muscles her way through. She is the lead jammer. Jamming for Philadelphia. It's Savage Booty.
She's being held up by Betrav and already being lapped. Lapped by Miracle Whips and... No, that's not Miracle Whip, sorry.
That's Falcon Punch.
Falcon Punch for 5 points. And finally...
Savage gets through.
Yep.
Slavic Slayer being sent to the box again. I'm pretty sure that's her 3rd trip to the box.
And Falcon Punch had another 5 points and finally calls it off.
A 10-point jam for Montreal. And that means that the score is right now Montreal Sexpos 25. The Philadelphia Independence Dolls 39 with 13 minutes remaining.
Another good crowd here in Montreal again.
Doomsdana on the line for Philadelphia up against Ohio for Montreal.
And we're all hanging out at the jammer line. Look at that. A false start, and this is different.
That's clever play by Doomsdana. Back up all the way to yield as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I did see the motion on false start, but I didn't know if it was on her. But...
Whoa! Boosh again with a big hit, making her presence felt on Ohio.
2 points picked up there by the Sexpos and 0 by the Independent Dolls. 39 for the Dolls, 27 for the Sexpos, 11:56 left here in period 1. Jam 13 in the books. A blocker for each side in the box. Ketchup, mustard, and hot dog having a good time. Skids warming up on the to your right. Us back to action. Forearm major here being assessed to the Cyclone. Would that be right? Cyclone.
Falcon Punch is through first, but she is not the lead jammer.
And a generous portion of blockers went to the box, but one had to be waved back in.
Trash and Smash sent to the box, right out of play.
She's over there with, that's what she said.
Falcon Punch can't keep the inside line. She's got to back up.
She has 2 to beat. Both are all together here, but the Philly Jammer gets out first.
Kick Ash and Cyclone up front there, slowing her down.
And we will be going the full 2 minutes here. Trading off 4-4. 43-31, 10 minutes and 35, 49 left in the jam. These are all...
Back stops and waits for the Jammers.
Oh. What just happened there? Did somebody become lead jammer all of a sudden here?
I don't know, just the whistle. Maybe you need to take a deep breath.
Well, Divine started pointing at her, so...
Both Jammers complete that scoring pass.
Oh, well.
Each team picking up 4 points.
A little bit of jammer on jammer action and a cut track, provoking a cut track there. Very clever move. It was Suicide Hotline provoking a cut track on
Falcon Punch, number 66 for Montreal.
Falcon Punch. Another power jam for Philly, 47-35, 9 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Jam 14 completed.
Philadelphia sends out Dooms Dana to take advantage of the power jam.
It's essentially what has been sinking in the sexpos so far.
Jammer penalties. Dooms Dana completes her initial pass.
And she is the lead jammer.
The rest of the pack has skated a quarter track so far.
A full contingent of Sexpo Wall to beat and grabs 5 points. 52-35. Coming up on scoring again.
Very passive offense being employed here by Philadelphia.
And calls it off just as Falcon Punch was standing. Now before grabbing another 5, 57-35, 8:20 left on the clock. Jam 15 is complete here in Montreal. Good opportunity to thank a few of the sponsors that get this game on air. AMJ Productions. There's Neon Skates here in Montreal and in Ottawa. Montreal Roller Derby, of course. And Holy Crap Cereal, the world's most amazing breakfast cereal.
Wouldn't be able to be sitting back in your living room, in your computer room to watch this bout if it wasn't for the help of our wonderful sponsors. So.
And you, the viewer at home who does the donate. Thank you very much. Savage Booty. Booty?
I think it's Booty. That makes sense.
Like a F. Boofy, but I mean Boofy. But I'm going to go with Booty. And Falcon Punch back on the floor. Being worked over by a wall of red. And Savage being worked over by a wall of blue. Fair trade.
Falcon Punch can't keep her skates underneath her. Drops back. Got to start all over again. Ghostface Killer gives a little bump on Savage, but that doesn't slow her down, and she picks up a grand slam.
62-35. Is it just me, Scott? But it just looks like the Sexpos don't have no jump in their game. Not yet, anyway. I'm used to seeing just a bit more pep.
It looks like that pack is pretty rough and tumble in there. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep your breath when you're getting bumped every step.
Yep, and they are being smothered very well by the independent cells. But meanwhile, Philly is picking up quite a few points.
Like on this jam alone, I've already seen Falcon Punch get dropped to the track 3 times. You gotta be in great condition and keep pushing your skates back under your knees.
And she's got 18 seconds or 13 seconds still to go. that is time to get into this action here and maybe grab a few points, but what can you do? Updated score is 72 for the Independence Dolls, 35 for the Montreal Sexpos.
Ohio on the track for Montreal. She's going to be jamming. And it looks like she's against Long John for Philadelphia.
Philly did just recently, 27th of April, come off a win over the DC National Maulers, or the DC Roller Girls.
Ohio skates through very quickly. She is the lead jammer, and the crowd here in Montreal reacts accordingly.
And that's the type of jump that I'm used to seeing. That's what Ohio is doing right now. Always keeping her feet moving.
Shrugs off a hit and keeps going.
One set of hips to pass. Grabs a full 5 points.
A natural grand slam.
72-40. 4:48 left on the clock in period one.
Long John yet to complete her initial pass. She's still trapped at the back of the pack.
So this is a very good opportunity for Montreal to rack some points on a natural. Another 5 points.
Long John still at the back of the pack on one-on-one with Amanda Lashing.
72-45 is the score. Oh, a last nudge at the end, and Ohio calls it off. Not before grabbing another three, an injured skater, which is the jammer. It seems like they've knocked her head.
Long John on her knees right now. Our technicians out to the track to take a look at her.
Did seem to want to wave the technicians off. But we do have very good medical staff here in Montreal, ready for all kinds of situations.
Yeah, she just made her way back to the bench. Looks like she had her bell rung a little bit, but looks like she's okay.
Yep, looks like we're all good to go. 72-48 is the score. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in this first period. Jam 17 about to begin.
Everyone right now crowding on the jam line. Beth Rav jamming for the first time today for Montreal up against Suicide Hotline for Philadelphia. Beth Rav looking for some space on the outside.
Out of play. And Beth Rav lead jammer.
That's the Cyclone sent to the box for the out of play.
Petrov usually chooses a lane and does not accept to have it denied.
She draws another penalty. And that sends number 23, PMS, off to the box. And picks up 4 points. Pretty good jam for Betrav.
2-3 points for Philadelphia on that play. 75-52, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
On this next jam, it's going to be Mo Payne versus Demanda Lashing. Demanda Lashing is the lead jammer. Tabarnouk for Montreal sent to the penalty box. And Mo Payne makes her way past Magnum PEI in Ohio to complete her initial pass.
Mo Payne comes through in front of us, smiling. About a half lap behind. Demanda Lashing already on scoring and calls it off. Picking up 4 points, 75-56 now the current score for Philadelphia Independence Dolls. And a timeout being called by Philly with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock.
Philadelphia at 1 point had a 37-point lead. It is now then cut to 19 after a couple of good jams back-to-back by Montreal.
Montreal's last action was against the Moncton Muddy River Lumber Smacks here in Montreal at the Taz. The Sexpos won 203 to 182 in a almost pretty much a last jam situation, as the young Lumber Smacks team had brought them very close, also held the lead for quite some time. Previously to that, Montreal had traveled to Garden State to play the Ironbound Maidens. That's the A team of Garden State. Yep. And also the next day played the Wall Street Traders, the B team of New York, Gotham. So Garden State won that one 207 to 101, and Wall Street also won 286 to 75. So the Sexpos are 2-3 on the year. And Female Trouble are 2-2. Both their losses coming to playing the A teams of other leagues, which in this case would be Suburbia and Brandywine. I love that. Brandywine, the Belligerents in Downingtown, PA. Back to action.
Savage Booty on the line for Philadelphia. That's what she said for Montreal. That's what she said out in front, and she is the lead jammer. Fully automatic, sent to the box. She thinks she's back on the track. Some miscommunication there with the referee.
I believe she had is it possible she had a pivot cap in her hand? Or on her head, whichever it was. Meanwhile,
that's what she said. Picks up 5 points.
75-61.
Savage Booty hops right over Ghostface Killer.
And Savage gets a back block for it. Saying that Ghostface was
knocked down illegally.
Yeah, she fell down because she was back blocked, but that's what she said. Meanwhile, is still picking up quite a few points. Doesn't realize she is on a power jam. 75-66, 1 minute left. 50 seconds left on the jam clock.
That's what she said. Very smart. Sees a multiplayer handling. Skates right through it.
40 seconds left in this jam. 75-71, the lead for the Philly right here. Could change now.
Slavic Slayer sent to the penalty box again.
That's her third trip at least.
4, I think.
So she said one player to beat. Does with a little twist, and this should be a lead change.
She calls off the jam.
Called off the jam. 76-75, and you can hear the crowd going crazy. 36 seconds left in this period.
Philadelphia started this one off with a 2-0 lead, and this is the first lead for Montreal in this bout.
Is there somebody called a timeout there? I don't think so. Doesn't seem to be matched. So 76-75 with 29 seconds left in the period. We'll have time for one more jam, maybe.
Demanda Lashing on the line for Montreal. Savage Booty still in the penalty box.
And yes, we do have one more jam, 19 seconds left. And Demanda Lashing, lead jammer. And the Philly jammer is standing, and she has returned. I believe that was Savage. Indeed. And she's on her opening pass.
Miracle Whips with a good block on turn number 2. Makes some room for Demanda Lashing.
Takes a natural 5. And coming up on another scoring, so 81-75. There's no time left on the period. This is a jam time only. 1 minute, 9 seconds left. And Demanda Lashing in control here. Should be calling it now. Does, not before giving up a few points. 3.
That was a no-gain jam, as she only picked up 3 points herself.
So the halftime score, 78 for Philly Independence Dolls, and the Montreal Sexpos, 84. Wow, how's that for your first start?
That was a very entertaining half roller derby.
Indeed, indeed. So, I guess we'll take a short recess here. Might play with a bit of the technology. See if we can get you some halftime entertainment at home. In the meantime, I'm Dr. Johnny Caput.
Single malt Scott. We'll be right back.
And you're watching Canuck Derby TV.